Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. President Biden unveils a bipartisan infrastructure plan that would create millions of new jobs. $579 billion compromise reached by Senate Democrats and Republicans includes new money for bridges, airports, train stations, and public transit, as well as funds for broadband and power grids. But some Democrats say they'll only support the new plan if Congress also passes a more expensive Democratic budget resolution, including proposals like expanding child care. A Minnesota judge is set to sentence former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin today in the murder of George Floyd. Chauvin was convicted in April of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. Under Minnesota statutes, he'll be sentenced on the most serious charge. Groups on opposite sides of the abortion debate come together to oppose Missouri legislation. Both Planned Parenthood and Missouri Right to Life oppose legislation to limit funding for family planning services and say it will not have its intended effect. At issue is a tax on hospitals, nursing homes, ambulances, and pharmacies used to draw down billions of dollars in federal Medicaid funding. Anti-abortion lawmakers are trying to use the tax to block state funding for Planned Parenthood, but Planned Parenthood says it already does not get money from the state programs cited in the legislation. A federal ban on evictions is extended by the CDC. In the 40th Circuit Court, Associate Judge Christine Rhodes says the number of tenants taking advantage of the moratorium has been pretty low. The number of filings for eviction cases has increased slightly. Only one tenant has taken advantage of rental assistance currently being offered by the state. If you'd like to learn about that assistance, you can find more information on our website. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
Temperatures ranging from the high 70s, even a low 80 every now and then. You'll notice Chanute being one of those areas. Well, just to the north of Chanute, we've actually got some light Friday morning rain from Iola to Yates Center. Majority of the 4 states remaining dry, but we are seeing some cloud cover already begin to work its way in. Normally, that means an indicator that it's not going to be oppressively hot. Well, unfortunately, we are going to be able to cruise up into the 90s. As a matter of fact, heat advisories ranging throughout northeast Oklahoma today. You'll also notice far right side of the weather trend panel, we've got thunderstorm activity that is going to work its way in for the afternoon and evening. Draw yourself a line from about Pittsburgh to Rolla. You go north of that, it's going to be your best shot for not only heavy rain, but also high wind. As this thing sweeps through Saturday morning, it kind of hangs around for the afternoon and what's a wet weekend, but at least it does back off our temperatures all the way into the 80s for next week. We'll be back with more KOAM Morning News right after this.
Johnson Floor and Home announced